After you've printed out your photo, fold your paper in half and trace your photo. Be sure not to trace on the back of your photo. Make sure you're tracing on this empty half of your page. And then make sure that your traced drawing is still 4 by 6. I couldn't see the border of my photo, so I need to take a ruler to measure that. And it is 6 by 4. Okay, now this is 4 by 6. We are going to draw a 1/2 inch grid. So every 1/2 inch, make a little mark. So a 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6. Do the same thing on the bottom of your picture and make sure you're still measuring from the same side. Don't flip your paper and start measuring that way. Sometimes your lines won't match up. So a 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6. And then make sure your markings are correct. And then, if they're correct, you can connect them from top to bottom. If we were drawing these lines and realized that we messed up, our lines are off a little bit, then we'd have to go back and erase the lines, and then you would erase your drawing underneath. So we want to make sure that our little markings are correct before you draw all of your lines. You can draw these lines pretty dark. It doesn't matter. You want to be able to see them. So I'm drawing mine really dark. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the sides of our drawing too. So we're going to make a 1/2 inch marks on this side. 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2. Measuring from the same side on the bottom. 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4. Okay, make sure they're correct. And then you can connect them. Okay, so now we need to number our squares. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going down. This square is still number 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if your picture is going up and down, you're going to have 12 going down and 8 going across. But my picture is going the wide way, so it's 8 down, 12 across. Okay, so now we want to make this drawing 3 times bigger. So our paper is 12 by 18. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18. So now we need to take a 1/2 inch times 3, and that is 1 1/2 inches. So on our paper that is 12 by 18, we're going to do a 1 1/2 inch grid. Okay? If your photo is going this way, your paper is going the same way. If your photo is up and down, your paper will be up and down. Okay, so for this paper you need a longer ruler, and we're going to mark every 1 1/2 inches. So here's 1 1/2, a 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 1/2, 1. And you can see my paper is a little longer than 18 inches. So this square is actually longer than 1 1/2 inches. So that's why it's important to measure from the same side at the top so that this square is the same size as this square. All right, 1 1/2, half 1, 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 1 1/2, half 1. Okay? These lines we want to draw very light. We're going to erase this grid when we're done drawing our animal. We don't want to see a really dark grid on our final piece, so draw light. All right, now do the same thing on the sides. 1 1/2, half 1, 1 1/2, half 1, 1 1/2, half 1, 1 1/2, half 1. You can see it's a little longer than 12 inches. So make sure you start from the same side on the top. Okay. Now connect your lines and make sure it is very light.
Hey, Sally, how's it going? Just got back from a field trip. Oh, sorry, are you recording? I don't know, man. This was on my computer when I got back. Just used a
Okay, now we need to number these the same as our drawing. So we're going to number this square 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure to write really lightly because we're going to be erasing these later. Okay, we're only writing number 1 once. So this next square is 2. There's only one square that's a number 1. Okay, after that, I'll show you guys how to get started drawing.